They want us dead. They're trying to go after the whistleblowers and the people that are trying to expose the truth right now. I need you guys' full fucking attention. Like, full stop. I don't give a shit what your attention span is and what personal experience or, like, circumstances you have going on right now. I need your full attention because, like, I'm one of the whistleblowers trying to go up against the government and the military. I just found another one. They are being silenced so quickly, so loudly, so effectively by these giant corporations and shit like that. I need y'all to pay attention. I'm about to go through and try to screen grab a bunch of this because all of this creator's videos aren't downloadable here on TikTok, but she's trying to expose Amedisys, Optum, and United Health Group because she worked for them and she got fired, and she's got like hundreds of thousands of testimonials of people talking about like all kinds of terrible, shitty, manipulative tactics of them taking advantage of the workers and the people, the patients using these services. And now her last video that she just posted 17 hours ago, she's now saying she's in fear for her life. She's in tears. She's saying that she's stepping down from this because she's fearing for her life, because she's being gang stalked and these people are watching her social medias and cars are coming by her house, and like she fears for her life, for her and her kids and her family and her safety, because she is trying to speak up for the millions of us, the millions of us, if not billions of us across this entire fucking globe, trying to make sure we are not dying, that we are getting proper medical care for just fucking existing and being people. So this might be a little bit of a longer video because I'm already at about 2 minutes right here, but I really need you guys to lock in. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and stop, and I'm gonna go and like screen record all her videos, like the ones that I think are the most important for all of this. Please watch through the rest of this. Please go give her a follow. Please, if you can keep an eye on her and wish her safety, do anything. Like, I genuinely don't even know how to offer help other than just trying to boost and get eyes on her profile, because like I was in a similar situation at my old apartment where someone had wished me harm and told me that they were like expecting suits to show up at my door, and I was really scared for my life. So like I genuinely can't imagine how someone feels when they're actively being gang stalked by the, like, she even mentions like the what was it, like her ex-manager and like the IT people and things like that. Like people from all over the company are going through her profile trying to see how people are engaging and monitoring everything right after she goes to the news outlets and shit like that. So yeah, I'm sorry this has been so long. Please pay attention. I'm gonna screen record.
The public deserves to know what's happening inside of United Health Group, Amedisys, and Optum. Employees across the country are alleging 3 things: widespread retaliation against those who speak up, systemic fraud and abuse in the way patients and employees are treated, a toxic corporate culture designed to silence and intimidate workers. And now I'm hearing from employees directly. Current and former staff are asking about the arbitration agreements and class action addendums they were forced to sign when they started working there. Let me reassure you, you are legally protected to share your own lived experience. As long as you are not disclosing patient details or another employee's private information, you are within your rights. Your identity can remain completely anonymous if you choose. What matters is that your story is heard and that the truth comes out. DM me, share, follow for more. Thank you. The public. Alright, TikTok, here's our second update of the day. Current and former employees of United Health Group, Amedisys, and Optum, we are taking this fight also to the federal government. So let me tell you about the Tunney Act. When 2 companies try to merge, like United Health Group and Amedisys and Optum, the Tunney Act gives the public the right to speak up before it's approved. So we're going to use the law to submit formal comments to the court saying this merger isn't safe, retaliation is happening, and patient safety is at risk. So if you've witnessed fraud, been retaliated against, or just want to voice your concerns about this merger, please DM me. All submissions will be redacted for safety. This is real. This is going to the Department of Justice and the courts. We're submitting together under the law and in the public interest. The Tunney Act is just another powerful tool we're going to use to make our voices heard. Thank you. Now that you guys have heard my story, I want you to hear from some of the people who can't speak out because they're scared, silenced, or simply because they're no longer here. These are real messages I received from people inside United Health Group, Amedisys, and Optum. Listen closely to what's really happening behind the scenes. Testimonial 1. After Medicare pulled their contract, they started writing us up just to weed us out. My manager called me a slur. HR didn't care. I resigned after the stress wrecked my health. Testimonial number 2. I dislocated my shoulder on the job. After surgery, they refused to accommodate restrictions or offer light duty. I only found out my job was posted when someone saw it online. My supervisor never said a word. Testimonial 3, and this one. They knowingly covered up errors that delayed patient care, and one of those patients died. We were told not to document it in writing. They cared more about protecting leadership than saving lives. If this is what they do in the dark, imagine what hasn't been exposed yet. And trust me, it's all coming out. Tag the media. There's more. Now that you guys have heard. Good morning, TikTok. Let's get straight into it. My name is Shakoya, and I was retaliated against as an employee of Amedisys, who is now trying to merge with United Health Group and Optum. Employees from Amedisys, Optum, and United Health Group are coming forward, and I'm sharing their stories. Here's the first one. I was a nurse at Amedisys. A patient died because we weren't staffed or supported properly. I reported it, and within weeks, I started getting written up for minor things. They pushed me out not long after. Another one. Some patients were labeled white glove. They always got priority care. Others were left waiting for days for basic services. It was all about who complained the loudest or who had family in power. And here's another one. Start of care visits were delayed on purpose to manipulate the reporting window. Patients didn't get care for days. Sometimes they were even sent to the ER because no one had checked on them. These are real people and these are real patients. TikTok, do your thing. Make this go viral. Employees and patients are speaking out, and the stories are devastating. I need the media to pay attention to what's happening inside United Health Group, Amedisys, and Optum. 4 themes keep popping up over and over again in the stories that I'm receiving: death, fraud, retaliation, and patient harm. One of the hardest to read was from a patient who cried on the phone, saying, "I have to choose between eating or my medicine." This is bigger than one person's story. These are lives being destroyed. United Health Group, Amedisys, Optum. What is your response? Tag the media, tag investigators. These voices need to be heard. Follow along for more. Good morning, TikTok. Let's get straight into it. Still no response from Amedisys, nothing from Optum, and nothing from United Health Group. So until they do respond, we're going to keep exposing the stories that they're trying to bury. A former Optum employee shared, "We were financially rewarded for keeping the patients out of the hospital, even when those patients clearly needed care. The pressure was real. I left because the wait started to make me physically sick." A former Amedisys employee says, "We were pushed to input diagnosis codes that would help the claim go through, not necessarily the ones that applied to the patient. It was all about what would get paid. Accuracy wasn't the priority, reimbursement was." And from United Health Group, "We were expected to take multiple chats at the same time with no room to breathe. No support, just constant pressure. People were crying, quitting, and breaking down. They didn't care. All they cared about was productivity. It felt like psychological abuse." These are the stories coming out of United Health Group, Amedisys, and Optum. If leadership continues to stay silent, we will continue to speak. Tag and share. Thank you. These stories are coming from inside Amedisys, United Health Group, and Optum. We are going to keep posting them until they respond. If you are watching this, tag the media. They want silence, but we are giving them receipts. One employee testimonial: "We flagged the patient's rapid decline in the chart. The nurse escalated it. First to the team lead, then to the regional director. Everyone knew. They begged leadership to approve care. That request sat unanswered for 3 days. On the 4th day, the patient died. This wasn't a glitch. This was documented escalation that leadership ignored. According to the employee, emails were sent, follow-ups were made. Still, no care approved in time. The nurse who spoke up, written up for being too emotional. She left the company a few weeks later. This is what happens when profits matter more than people. This is what's happening inside of Amedisys, United Health Group, and Optum. We are not going away. We'll keep posting until you're forced to answer. Tag the media." These are employee testimonials, allegations only. Thank you. Good morning, TikTok. Let's get straight into it. United Health Group, Amedisys, and Optum employees are speaking out. I'm going to share 2 devastating stories that have been shared with me. A supervisor said they were instructed to falsely validate chronic conditions as part of the CCV process. That means deliberately putting information in that isn't true. Another employee discovered the metric system is rigged against Spanish-speaking patients. Every call with an interpreter was counted as multiple interactions and scored unfairly because the software doesn't even understand Spanish. That means bilingual staff and their patients were set up to fail. These are not isolated stories. This is a pattern: fraud, discrimination, patient harm. This is United Health Group. This is Amedisys. This is Optum. What is your response? Tag the media. Good morning again. I wasn't planning to post another video today, but this one can't wait. This one came from the C-suite level inside one of the companies, Amedisys, United Health Group, or Optum. I'm not going to disclose which company specifically because the person who shared this with me is still working there and wants to remain anonymous. However, they described was a culture of retaliation at the highest levels of leadership. Employees who speak up are silenced, pushed out, and written up until they quit. And instead of fixing the problems, leadership covers them up. This isn't just frontline workers sounding the alarm. This is coming from the top. United Health Group, Amedisys, Optum. What is your response? Tag the media, tag investigators. These stories need to be heard. With thousands of employees speaking up, VP level, C-suite leaders confirming everything, Amedisys, United Health Group, and Optum still chose to 1, ignore it, 2, push forward with their merger, and 3, post on social media like nothing's happening. No, this isn't going away. Every day that they stay silent, we will get louder. The media will get louder. Regulators will get louder. And soon, there will be nothing left to hide. Because you can't ignore the very employees who are holding up the very company. And you can't ignore what employees are reporting. Patients left without the care they need. Patients dying. That is the cost of silence. Every day that they stay quiet, we will get louder. And the louder we get, the harder it becomes to hide. Amedisys, United Health Group, Optum. What is your response? If you're watching this, I'm going to show you how to see the cover-up for yourself, straight from the government's website. So you're going to go to Google. You're going to search Amedisys SEC filings. Click the link that leads to the SEC.gov. That's the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commissioner's website. Step 1, you're going to open one of these forms. Either the 10K, this is the yearly report, think the big picture, major risks, lawsuits, financial health. The 10K, this is the quarterly report, a check-in on any new risks or legal issues. Or the 8K, this one reports major events like layoffs, lawsuits, executive changes, merger and acquisition news. Now I want to tell you what to look for. You're going to scroll down all the way to risk factors, legal proceedings, management's discussion. That's where they're legally required to talk about the things that might affect their business, like federal investigations, retaliation complaints, or pending litigation. Now here's the red flag. I personally filed an EEOC retaliation charge. So did other employees. Testimonies of fraud and discrimination are coming weekly. They just merged in a $3.3 billion deal with United Health, but none of this was disclosed. No mention of retaliation, EEOC complaints, federal probes, terminations, whistleblower risks. What should be there at minimum? Certain employees have filed complaints or EEOC charges, or we may face reputational or regulatory risk. But instead, silence. This silence isn't just shady. It could be material non-disclosure, and that's serious. That's SEC level serious. So United Health Group, Amedisys, Optum, what are you hiding? Tag the media, tag the SEC, tag the DOJ. Good morning, TikTok. I'm scared. Ever since I spoke out about United Health Group, Amedisys, and Optum, things have started happening. I'm scared to even say what those things are. But what I can say is I am not suicidal. I am not homicidal. I love my kids more than anything. And right now I'm just trying to make sure that we're safe. TikTok, I need eyes on.
And now Shakoya is fearing for her life as of 17 hours ago. So if it's not blatantly obvious, the pattern for y'all of the fact that, like, not only is it a woman, it's a woman of color being a whistleblower against all of these, like, big corporations and medical companies and big pharma, literally like right after she posted how to find the sketchiest of the sketchy things that they're doing and the fact that they're actively retaliating against her, now she's posting about fearing for her life. This isn't a coincidence. How many whistleblowers are we going to have to lose? Like, were the Boeing ones not enough? Was Edward Snowden not enough for us? Like, how severe, how much worse does it have to get before we start taking it seriously? Can you guys please go put some eyes on her profile and do something, anything, boost this, interact with this, tag these companies? United Health Group, I genuinely don't understand how this is happening. I genuinely don't understand how we are here in 2025, where not only are these companies actively denying care and killing people and leading to their deaths by negligence, they're actively trying to silence people who are speaking up and doing the right thing. So don't be a douchebag. Be one of the people that does the right thing and put eyes on this and give a voice to this. Boost it. Give a shit. Call out these companies. Make your own fucking video. Stitch this. Duet this. Save this. Post this on a different platform. Put it on Reddit. Put it on X. Put it on Instagram. Put it on Pinterest. Put it on YouTube. Put it on literally every fucking place that you can put it and tag these companies there. Put it, boost it, annoy the shit out of them in their DMs. Get on LinkedIn. Get fucking loud about this shit, because how much are we as a collective going to stand up against until we actually start fighting back in ways that are meaningful? Or are we just going to keep letting them silence us and trample our voices? Because I'm tired of this shit.